Alright, so this third video we're going to talk about rate of change, and your learning target is I can find the rate of change given a table or a graph. So first we're going to define what a rate of change is, and what the rate of change is it's actually a ratio. Okay, a ratio is that first blank. It's a ratio that compares the amount of change in a dependent variable to the change in the independent variable. Alright, and so this key concept will make a little bit more sense of that. In order to find the rate of change, you first have to find the change in the independent variable and divide that by the change in the dependent variable. Okay, so we have this equation essentially in a way. The rate of change is equal to the change in the independent variable divided by the change in the dependent variable. Okay, let's do an example. So example 1 says the table shows the average temperature in Fahrenheit for the 5 months in a certain city. Find the rate of change in temperature for each time period. During which time period did the temperature increase at the greatest rate? Okay, so we've got this table given here. And so what we have to do is we have to figure out what the rate of change is based on the independent variable and the dependent variable. Okay, now the independent variable, that is the one that things depend on, right? That's the temperature, is the independent variable. The dependent variable is the months. Alright, the dependent variable is going to be the months. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to find the change, the rate of change from month 2 to 3. Okay, we're given month 2 is 56 degrees, month 3 is 56 degrees. And so remember, that's the change in the independent variable. Independent variable is the temperature. I might write IV here. And this is dependent variable. So the change in the independent variable is from 56 to 56, we're adding nothing. From 2 to 3, we're adding 1. So this is a 0 over 1. Or what that really means is 0 degrees per month. The rate of change is 0 degrees per month. Okay. Now we can do the exact same thing from month 3 to 5. Okay, we're the months, we're changing 2 months, adding 2 months, and the degrees, 63 minus 56 is a change of 7 degrees. We're adding 7 from 56 to get to 63. Okay, so what that change is that's a 7 over 2, which reduces down to our, remember, rate of change we want to have as a denominator of 1. So it's 3.5 over 1. So what that means then is that it's a 3.5 degree change per month. Alright, same exact thing. We're going to go month 5 to 7 now. We're adding 2 in terms of months. From 63 to 71, we're adding 8. And so we see our change is 4 over 1, which is meaning 4 degrees per month. And then finally, from month 7 to 8, we're adding 1 here, adding 1 there as well. So we got a 1 over 1, which is just 1 degree per month. That's our rate of change, our constant rate of change. Now the last part of this problem, it says, remember, it says during which time period did the temperature increase the greatest rate? And we can see that the greatest rate of change here in these values was between month 5 and 7 when it went up 4 degrees per month. So what you would answer is month 5 to 7. Alright, example 2 says to graph the data from example 1 and show the rates of change. So now we're going to graph this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually build a graph. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video. I want you guys to pause the video as well. Try to come up with your own graph, how you think it should look, and then kind of compare that to mine. If you need to redraw it, then you can redraw it. But let's just go ahead and pause the video and see how you do making your own graph. Alright, so you should have gotten something like this, where you have months as the x-axis, temperature as the y-axis. If you didn't get that, that's something that you're going to need to make sure that you redo then. I put my months out by every 1 month up to 9 months. We only worked till 8 months, so I thought let's just do one more. And our temperature goes up from 56 to 72, so I wanted to include those ranges here for temperatures. It should look something like mine. And if you notice this little squiggly line right here, remember that just means that we're not starting right at 0. We've got other numbers that we're kind of fast forwarding up, right? So let's go ahead and we're going to graph these parts. Remember the first month, the second month. The first month that was given was the second month, and that was a temperature of 56 degrees. So we're going to go up from 2 months, and if you have one of these right angle rulers, those are kind of nice too, because you can easily kind of figure out where to graph the point at. 56. 3 was at 56 as well. So we can put the same exact dot right there. And then we go from month 5 to 63. This is all information that I'm getting from the other side of this paper, from example 1. For month 7, we went up to 71 degrees. And probably somewhere around there. You see I'm just kind of marking these spaces. And 8, it was 72 degrees. So something like that. And if we connect all the dots here, we can actually kind of see just graphically where our greatest rates of change are, right? You can actually see where our greatest rates of change are. And we see that that's coming somewhere between these months right here. The graph is increasing a little bit more at these points over here. So all we have to do here is put in those. Remember, it just says to show the rates of change. This was 0 degrees per month. This one went up 3.5 degrees per month. This was 4 degrees per month. And then finally 1 degree per month. Okay, so your graph should look something like this. That's exactly what you need to do for this type of graph.